All right, Amir, what are we looking at here?
Okay, so this is our Open Compute server that we use at Facebook today. Chances are if you go to your Facebook page, it's going to be served by a server that looks more or less like this. What we have here is a motherboard based on the Intel platform. It has 2 Intel Westmere processors. We also have an AMD version of this board too. It has 2 Opterons in it. Interesting things about the server is that it's taller than most servers. It's 1.5 feet tall. This allowed us to use larger heat sinks with more surface area, so they're more efficient. Also allowed us to use larger 60mm fans, which use less energy to move the air through the server. So not only do we have a more efficient way of moving the air, but we also need less of it at this point. This is our custom power supply over here in the back. It's 94.5% efficient. It has actually 2 inputs on this side over here. One for 277 volts. Another one for 48 volts over here. 48 volts is a backup power system, so if we lose power on the main connector, the utility goes away, we discharge some lead acid batteries through this connector into the server and keep it online. Just long enough for our generators to kick in, at which point they'll take over and start powering 277 volt power. We designed the server to be very friendly for the technician, so it's easy to swap components in and out. For example, on the power supply, to swap it, all you do is pull a plunger pin and push the power supply back, and you can take it right out. It takes a matter of seconds. There's no cables, there's no mess to, no routing of cables, no mess to really worry about. Put it back in pretty much the same way. Power supply swap. Motherboard has the same type of features. We use press fit standoffs. Hold the motherboard in place, it pops out very easily, and also snaps right back in, holds the motherboard securely.
So I'm looking at this and it doesn't have any, I realize it's a demonstration, but it doesn't have any fancy servers, stuff on the outside, like external stuff.
Exactly, I call this vanity free. This is actually how they look in the data center. There's no front bezels, no plastic, no logos, no real graphics, there's no paint, no fancy materials. It's 1.2mm pre-plated sheet metal that's pressed. There's actually only 7 pieces of metal on the chassis itself, so the assembly is very quick, very cheap, and very easy. So assembly costs go down, and because we made it so simple, the weight of it is actually a lot lighter than a typical server. It weighs around 6 pounds less than typical 1U servers. So that's 6 pounds less material that you need to recycle at the end of life, 6 pounds less weight for the technicians to lift when they have to repair a server as well.
So the real things have the Facebook logo in them, or is that just for show here at the conference?
No, it's just for the show. It's just for the show. We keep our hard drives in the back over here. Each hard drive tray can hold 2 drives, and you snap in with a toolless rail as well. It has vibration dampening built into the rail, and the rails come off without any tools. And you can put up to 6 drives in the server in the 3 drive cage locations over here. You can actually have 2 more cages here and here.
Very cool.
Most of our servers only have a single drive that we use for boot and for logging.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much.
Sure, my pleasure.
Yeah.